Wow, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna go to town and I'm gonna show them outside of the town. There's a different kind of place. We call it nature. It's not a nature escape, it's an escape to a. Now, everything you knew seems to change again. I don't know how, why though, and why know if all the answers are yes. Today's news was something I knew until I didn't know what they were talking about, and now we're back because I don't know how to amount to the highest height in life. Climbing a hill, I'm climbing it, will you find it, the thrills we get at the top. Stop and drop down again back to who you were when you were a say kid, and I'll be joking, you goat, we need to be going to the goat, see, 'cause we're the sheep, we follow he who sent us here, we call it a shepherd. I'm in the herd of sheep, I'm a sheep herd, me please. Call me a healer, I'm nipping at 'em, getting back to them like Adam. Coming up from the rear, taking up my rearward, I got some things that we can steer, you're steering from the back of the boat, call it a rudder, so I'm gonna soak it in some soap and make it cleaner for tomorrow, but I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't understand. I'm just a fan of things that are cooler than the things that weren't until it got turned on. The excitement I had, and I might just grab all the things at the party. I favor them. Later we can savor the things that were here because they'll still be there if we can cater our attention to things that last and grab onto things and not things in the past that leave us back to where we were. And actually, that's okay because a lot of things are eternal. A lot of things can be turning us inside like a turtle, going inward to see if we can boil and gurgle when we're going upward, heating up, sir. A lot of things must turn from one state to another. We call it evaporation, taking a place that was once colder and warming it up, and such a kind of process like this, we could call it just a part of the evaporation back to the condensation and making it something that we can precipitate, then drop back down again. The cycle, the water cycle. I'm just like Michael walking on the moon. You often do a lot of different kind of things than me, he and her and who and what and what and what. The translator was later than I was to the party, so hardly a single word got across. Off the list of things, the puzzling thing was this. Sudoku, he don't do the things like the old moves. He's got a new thing up his sleeves. His tricks just need to leave you speechless. The translator just got here, but later is not. We're already at the party, so stop trying to make up for things you did in the past with things you didn't. Just act like it's all okay like the rest of us. The rest of them that don't act like it's okay act like it's a big mistake, but the thing is you made one, so it's fine. What I'm writing you because I need to pay for all the crimes someone does. I mustn't urge them to do some things that are wrong. I'll write a wronger suit tooting my own horn. I'll write a song or like a songbird. I'll write some songs you're going to listen to later. Tell me you're not a fan, but then you come back as a person that's just blowing all this steam across some things. Talk to me about it, please. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know Open in the atmosphere, I've got some things like in my ears, the wind I hear and the things I do, and the hair will move when the admiration leaves. They love you so much until you don't touch the heights they thought you'd reach to. They say you often need to improve what you think you should do. Take it a step farther. A farthing, all we need is to measure the barley, the wheat we seed, we sowed the seeds, and oh, it seems to always be a little bit too much of a crop for us to dust off the top. If you could have just reached a higher height. Ride your bike. See if the neighborhood will help you out by kicking you in the pants. Making you dance like you got some fancy things. You can't be seen as who you are, or they might just totally topple you down. If we can call it a higher height, I'd call it the life I like. Higher and holier. I'm just getting shocked like an electric eel. But you forgot the first two letters. I'm a healer. Not like I'm gonna heal you, but I'm gonna come up from behind and try to find out if I can have a little bit of that crumb trail you left while you're trying to find the isle of the sea like a whale. I think, call it a little bit of things to glean. I'm looking for being something I wasn't in the past by actually having everything in my grasp that everyone else thought was just gonna be something they would something that wouldn't last. But I tell you, I'll go in the last. The back of the line is the person that finds the best things that are left behind. I'm telling you something. I'm telling you, running only for the office of the one who was a has-been. In your hazmat suit, you actually do some things to get through by sneaking in. Just like the fumes. Just like the fumes. Don't light the fumes. Because then we'll all begin to get blown out of proportion. It's disproportionate, this view you've got on which side you're on. Just sit on the fence and get knocked off. Get your hat knocked off by the people who thought you were on the other side, and try to find out which side you can lie on, because truthfully, you'll get too tired to keep sitting there in a place where you don't care. You gotta either care a lot or care a not. That's funny. Truth is truth, and this is something. You're either for or against. You sit on the fence, and the fence will pencil you in for the next appointment day after day until the days fade away, and you can take your whole type of life that you had and can't imagine a thinggle. I want to be so real with this. You're either on the fence or you're falling off of it. I want to fall off and sit in a place where I can't be moved. Sitting on the fence and someone else will knock you off, dude. Ah, shoot. Calling it lukewarm, calling it you swarm like a beehive, a land of milk and honey, we dive. Grab the cereal. Grab the fishing pole. Grab it, here we go. Back to the rabbit. Got some tricks out of my hat, get back to this. It's the 5th of April, just realize it's actually Easter time. We each can find inside the things that we try to look all around for one eternal round shore. Turn around more when you're looking in the mirror and see if you can see where you can be in the grand scheme of things. Because otherwise your believing screens can actually show you what you are. Looking at a flat piece of glass, you're in the past. It's just a reflection. It already happened. Now it's reflecting back. Then you can see what has been calling me a has-been. Call me. I'm getting back then into the past, and I'm not gonna be passing the past when I go backhand. I'm just like a backhand. Call me a old soul. My soul is so old it goes out cold. Like I'm knocking you down, bro. Out though, like an outlaw, you download something you now have seen. I mean, you've seen some things. Call it a seesaw. You lean and fall right off that fence beneath. The top of things is where you'll be toppling. So get off the screens. Often we think some things are what they are and they're not what they seem. Everyone's got their schemes. Everyone's not so pleased. Especially those that tend to please. Those that don't think they need to please a single thing to be who they are, a human being, don't usually lead you in any kind of place that's a little bit of a deception that lets you know what's going on next. Then if it doesn't happen, you can imagine something probably came up, because they are not the kind of people to make up what is going on by putting on the makeup in the morning time. They're snoring not for long because they gotta get to work on time, and they search and find to try to find the, well, they search inside and then they lie, because they might like a different shade of pink than they could be, and history repeats itself, and we can see that even though we're black and white, in black and white terms, I might just turn the mirror back to my version of this type of life I live. Call it bliss. Color blind, I just don't see color. I don't seek other, is what I really meant, people. But I see color, and each of us are equal, even though we're different. You must have missed it. Oh, shoot, he got it. Different, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a big game we're playing in, so wait your turn, and patient just goes out the window. Discos don't need to be spinning. It's a big bro, big old world like the globe it spins. You go and then it's one eternal round again. Down it gets. The music when the crashing through the window makes the wind blow, and people get the chills. They get it, thrills they get. Just leave. You don't get it? Please just wait for things to come crumbling. They always do. All them move when we all say no. A pillar of salt, turning back, and all you just turn into is a call. Call of the wild. I'd be calling you wild, and all the while I'll be on the aisle, the straight and narrow path. I'm just going right on back, truing my arrows. Actually, I'm going to be citing in my sources, trying to find the ones true. How many? Loading, dude. The one true source. Call it Jesus the Christ. Call it, we might think it's a holiday, but it's a holy day. We can only say holiday if we can haul it places, and the only way that we can get into a place to sit is if we take it just a little bit lower from the standing position, and we can't just be wishing to stand on our own 2 feet all the time. We fall in line like a toy soldier. I'll be falling from the heights of the top of the fence when I'm sitting on it. I just often wish I could just take a break and fall off of this and not be on the fence. Sit on the other side and see what you find. And wake up. Remove the makeup and stop trying to hide. Today is the 5th of April, 2026. In the Image Clothing Company music. Here comes Dante, the beautiful standard poodle. I thought it was the 6th of April earlier. We filmed a video under In the Image Clothing Company's main side titled St. George, Utah for the location, and it's actually the 6th, well, it's actually the 5th. Anyway, it's Sunday, it's April. My name is Evan Strong.